Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the MLG studios here in New York City. I'm Axel Tosh, joined by Axlive. This is day 2 of our coverage of the round of 32 of the Premier League of WCS America Season 1. Yesterday, we saw the STC and Snoot take out their opponents in their group and advance on to the round of 16. So far today, we have one player qualified, and that is Nesty. We're trying to find our second. It's either going to be Minigun or Apocalypse. And the last game might be now, but it might not be, because Minigun is currently up 1-0. He is 1 win away from advancing to the round of 16. I'm asking the players if they are ready in the chat. Apocalypse has said he is ready.
He is. I really liked Minigun's flexibility with his build. He immediately realized there's vulnerability because Apocalypse is being so aggressive with harass. The harass units were dying, and his observers saw a third command center being built. So he's like, he has very limited production. All his first units are just being killed, right? All the Widow Mines and Marines in his early drops just died. He's not going to have any units. And he struck when the iron was hot, went right across the map, and Apocalypse had no answer, right? It was because of timing, which is so perfect. Yep. And it wasn't like, I mean, Minigun's pro production wasn't, it wasn't like a streamlined timing build, right? And it didn't have to be because it was a spur-of-the-moment realization his opponent was cutting corners. Yeah. That ordinarily Apocalypse can actually do that build, but not when he loses all those first units. That creates a weakness. And Minigun sees the moment to really take advantage of that weakness.
Definitely some room for adjusting here in Game 2. Again, if the game didn't open up how it did in game, you know, with the Mothership Core having pretty much free reign over everything, you know, it'd be a completely different game. So
and then the medevac drop's not working out.
So we'll have to see what happens here. Any player, either one of these players can still advance for sure. Here we are in game number 2. It's going to be on Akalon Wastes. In the bottom right-hand location, we have the red Protoss player, hailing from the United States of America, representing Root Gaming. 1 win away from proving many doubters wrong and advancing to the round of 16 of the Premier League of WCS America Season 1. He is Minigun. His opponent in the top left-hand location, a very strong Korean player, getting a spot in this tournament in the Premier League by defeating many opponents in the qualifier, making a serious run there. He's currently down 0-1. He must win 2 in a row here or he is out of the Premier League and is dropping down to Challenger. From Team Quantic Gaming, he is Apocalypse.
He didn't go gas first this game.
You are correct.
Yeah. So I mean, I assume he's still going to open Reaper. He's in the more standard Reaper opening. Actually, you know what? Apocalypse, you can never really tell what he's going to do by what he builds. Like, he'll build 3 barracks, and it'll somehow be mech. And you're like, what? Actually, he almost never goes mech. But you get the idea. He does some crazy stuff. Very hard to put a read on him. And that's his strength. His opponents are never sure what's going to come at them.
Yep, absolutely.
But, you know, I don't think that throws Miniguns off. Because the way Minigun is playing is he's playing a conservative opening, just going to take his expansion, get a lot of observers out. He's going to scout everything, and he's going to say, okay, come to daddy. Send those medevac drops in. And he's like, oh, you're dead, medevac, and you're dead, and now I'm way ahead, and I'm going to go win.
That's exactly what he hopes to do. And but sometimes a Widow Mine.
Sometimes he misses a Widow Mine, and it gets like 12 kills, I think it was. Yeah. Of course, we were talking about the Daybreak game against Phoenix. Game number 1.
Again, if you missed any of these games, guys, youtube.com/official MLGSC2. They're usually available within 1 or 2 hours after the series, after the match is complete for the night. And I want to thank you guys for staying up late with us. Of course, WCS America starts at 8 p.m. Eastern each day. And look at this opening.
Are we watching Marine King play?
I don't know.
This is I think it's going to be a Combat Shield Marine Rush.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Combat Shield Marine Rush. Combat Shield makes Stim takes too long. You won't be able to hit fast enough. And also, without medevac, Stim really isn't always super useful because your opponent can stall out.
He doesn't probe scout. Does
no
Minigun?
No.
So
he does not. But he does Mothership Core scout. Oh, Reaper!
Stalker's about to pop out. I wonder if we can see Marines come out in time for Apocalypse, where you could potentially trap a Mothership by sending some to the natural?
That could happen. I mean, well, you won't have any more Marines right when it gets there.
Yeah.
But he'll have a lot more in production.
Just keep him kind of hidden.
Yeah.
Oh, he's making a bunker here.
Yeah, what he wants to do, he doesn't
react.
He wants to make sure the Mothership doesn't see all the barracks. He wants the bunker on the high ground will tell Minigun that it's not a fast expansion. It's a one-base tech build. But it's really not a one-base tech build. It's a one-base.
He can see the stim sparkling, but he doesn't know it's stim, I guess. But
yeah,
he knows
that's
it's
true.
something, right? It's
what
some
else
sort of
would it be?
biopressure.
Like,
It's a biopressure.
Yeah, it
so
could be
absolutely knows
concussive
that.
shell or something, but yeah, you're right. Seeing that tech lab is actually kind of a giveaway. The barracks probably shouldn't have been in the wall with this build.
So, tell me if I'm right. Minigun should just focus on gateways. You know, maybe get 4 gateways out and mothership core.
The building
Force an
normally
overcharge.
does it totally fine against this.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, ideally, you would get the...
That's a fake command center,
well,
isn't it?
I mean, he doesn't... Yeah.
It seems so strange. There's 3 barracks on one base.
Oh.
He's going to see it.
I mean,
He sees it all.
he has enough economy. He can actually do it all.
Oh, okay. I forgot.
Unless he wanted to pull SCVs, he can actually do this.
Okay.
But the command center is really late, right? He wants to do some pressure first. But it's all been seen. So Minigun's gonna exactly Immortals. This warp and sentries focus really on sentry mortal, and there's as long as you hit the force fields well, this attack shouldn't work. He actually did go for stim. So it's gonna be a stim timing. The mothership core has to get back. Without photon overcharge, this. Actually,
He might get caught if he's not careful. No, he'll be fine.
I think he should be
He'll
fine.
be fine? He'll be fine.
I think he should be
he'll
fine.
be fine.
As long as he doesn't.
Well,
get
let's
down
say
first.
stim finishes.
Yeah.
And 5 Marines jet down there. No, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he could just go straight down. He won't get all the way to the natural quantum time necessarily, but that's okay. The Nexus can take some amount of beating. He's got warpins now.
Stim is done.
Don't move down! Minigun! Whew. Yeah. You gotta keep the units up on the ramp.
All right.
Mothership core's gotta be careful.
Now, the question is, when do you put down... Oh my god, there's the stim. The Immortal's coming forward, but the mothership core going to be just fine. And every stim is so important.
Yeah, he can't heal.
That's a lot of lost damage.
Yeah.
And there's the photon overcharge. I
isn't
think
gonna
this
work.
push is
It's
done.
Yeah, he sacrificed economy and hurt some units.
Yeah.
I mean, by hurt units, I mean he hurt his own units. He
Yes.
didn't hurt any Minigun's units.
You have to, like, whenever you're doing a push like this, every stim is so important.
I mean, I honestly don't see this. This push, he's got to, like, is he going to pull SCV? No, he's
the
gonna,
only timing you might have here is once photon overcharge.
there's going to be a second one by the time it goes away.
Yeah.
'Cause
And he can
most
force
force-
field.
Yeah, there's many force fields on there. Well, you know what? Korean Terrans actually used to do this build in Wings of Liberty where they just stim and hope he missed the force fields and he run up the ramp. And
Yes.
if Minigun misses these force fields, Minigun's army can't take the damage. It'll actually just all die. Minigun knows that's the risk. He's getting back up to the photon overcharge.
He has another one.
As long as Minigun keeps warping units and hits his force fields, this attack won't do anything. But it's not a super all-in. Like, he's going to be behind if he can't get damage done.
Photon overcharge.
Yeah, there we go.
Watch out for the force fields. Oh, he's going to step forward and go for it. I don't know if that's the best move. Immortals, perfect force fields from Minigun.
He got 1 sentry.
And he's going to shove Apocalypse away.
Not worth it. 1 sentry for all the units he lost. Definitely not really worth it. Minigun even warping 2 more sentries. I love that decision.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, as a Protoss, you don't want to spend that much gas in sentries because then you're fighting a medevac bio army with no AoE, and once they have medevacs, the force fields are of lesser value. Minigun's going for it. Minigun, you know, if he gets stuck in a base race, this is how you lose to Terrans when you're ahead.
No. Never base trade to Terran.
Oh, he won't have recall either.
I thought he had an observer with that army.
He must have lost track of it.
Oh,
he sent the
no.
observer forward.
Okay, well, how does
Now
he need
knows
it?
it.
Can he
sees
recall?
evacuation.
Should he recall?
He doesn't have energy.
Oh, he
can't
doesn't.
recall. He can warp into sentry in his main, hold the main.
Oh, no. Okay, so the Marines and Marauder is going to target down the Nexus. Meanwhile, he has to go straight into the man of his opponent, get into the production. That's exactly what he's going to try to do, taking down the supply depot. SCVs are going to repair, not going to be there in time. Bunker trying to get finished. That's going to be enough. So many Protoss units here from Minigun. Force fields need to be perfect, and they're pretty darn good so far. Mothership Core is here, going to try to add some DPS from above. Sentry's getting targeted down. Immortal getting targeted down now, but the bunker is gone. Taking down a lot of SCVs, but meanwhile, the Marines and Marauders jumping into the main base there of Minigun, and Minigun is going to be forced to back away. And
Minigun's main
Apocalypse.
is done. He can't warp in units anymore. All the probes are being massacred.
Minigun GG.
That was literally how you lose when you're ahead.
Yeah.
The thing is even if Minigun could kill Apocalypse would just lift his buildings and he still lose.
yeah.
Because he
Oh,
just
yeah.
kills, yeah. He just puts him in a corner and he kills. The best is Minigun has unbeatable arm and he camps around and he can somehow keep his buildings alive. But his army across the map, he actually can't keep his buildings alive because as soon as he goes back to protect the building, orbital lands, he just mines from there.
Now, if he had a sentry to force field, the main.
Yeah, and he kept warping him in. He might have been able to do that, but it's just the timing. He didn't have the warping cycle right when Apocalypse hit this.
Apocalypse production was pretty ridiculous too. Like he had 3 command centers down behind that.
Or
initial-
well, one was halfway done.
Okay, one was halfway done. But he was approaching that point. So very well played from Apocalypse. Really cool build from him. Minigun. At first, it looked great, but he went for that counter in Apocalypse, able to sneak by around the edges of Akalon Wastes and get that counterattack going. So we're going to go to a game 3. We're tied 1-1 here between Minigun and Apocalypse. This is going to be the decider. The next game will determine who's going to advance to the round of 16 of the WCS America Premier League of Season 1 and which one of these players is going to drop down to the Challenger League. Guys, stay tuned. Game 3 coming up.